This Memorial Day, a very moving tribute to Maine's fallen heroes will take place on the peak of Mount Katahdin.
CBS 13's Kim Block joins us now live with more on how this event is making a difference for Maine's military families.
Greg and Adrian, this is a story of sacrifice and hope. It began with a vision by Major David Cote, an active duty Marine Corps officer, Iraq War veteran, and proud native Mainer. He has helped take his support for Maine's military families to the highest mountain peaks in the world. Army Corporal Andrew Hutchins was 20 years old, serving in Afghanistan on November 8, 2010. He had just taken over a shift in a guard tower when shots were fired from the village below.
He was on the radio talking to his team about, because they were going to try and go out and catch these guys, and they fired at him 3 times. The second time knocked him and the Afghan army soldier that was in the tower with him down, and then he got back up and they hit the tower directly, so it was a pretty quick thing.
The bullet killed him instantly, but there has been nothing quick about the grief that followed. On the day he died, his father, Andrew Hutchins, had spilled a cup of steaming hot coffee on himself. He wound up in the hospital emergency room where he received painkillers.
Kind I got home, 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, I suppose God wanted me to be a little bit pain-free at the time. The chaplain for the Army National Guard, Maine National Guard, and one of the sergeants came to the house. They do knock on your door. There really isn't much that they need to say after you see those 2 soldiers standing at the door.
It is a heartbreaking story like those of so many Maine families. The fallen heroes are represented in this living memorial called the Summit Project. Each of these stones represents a Maine veteran killed in the line of duty after September 11, 2001.
There's a story behind each one of the stones.
Take a look at some of these pictures of family members holding their loved ones' stones, many of them engraved.
Andrew's stone came from a spot where at the dam pool at Grand Lake Stream where we were fishing, where he caught his first salmon, where we went year after year, where an eagle came down and to pick a fish off the rocks behind him and flew right over his head.
For the past year, the stones have been collected and are now displayed in this room at the Maine Military Entrance Processing Office in Portland. Will Haig helped build the cabinet that holds them.
Putting in the entrance processing station here where these young recruits are coming through with their families as they ship off to basic training, they get to see this, and that message is sent to them that we take care of our service members as a military and as a community, especially here in Maine. So they see it firsthand every day.
The public can see them too in a quiet space of honor. But there's more to this story. The stones, as we said, are a living, moving memorial. Major David Cote's vision was for the stones to be carried all over the world, symbols of a sacrifice.
People carry them up a mountain, bring them back down a mountain, and in the meantime they get a chance to learn about the Maine soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines that have fallen since September 11th, 2001.
One of the stones has made it as far as the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. Others traveled with wreaths across America to Arlington National Cemetery. Others were carried in backpacks by the Maine Army National Guard for all 26 miles of the Maine Marathon. And every single one will be carried this Memorial Day to the top of Mount Katahdin.
And for families, it means quite a bit to have someone else get a chance to know a little bit about your son and carry a little bit of the weight that we carry in our hearts every day.
The Summit Project is making a difference for the Hutchins family, and so is this little girl. She is Andrew's daughter, Alyssa, born 4 months after her father was killed in action. Proof that every soldier's story lives on in the hearts of those who love them.